Welcome to another video, everyone. In today's video we're going to be installing an air suspension controller on the Toyota Century. The model I'll be installing is the older ASC 662. Since I have a 1997 model, I thought it would be best fit to use the older air suspension control module. Got this one on eBay for about 80 bucks. And the most important part is not the module you get. You can get the newer one or the older one, both will work. The most important part is really to get the proper harness. So I got this from righthanddrivejapan.com. It's the data system harness that goes with the module, and this harness is fit for a Lexus LS400, which shares the same suspension as the Toyota Century. So the H076 harness is what fits with the older air suspension control module, and I should have gotten the H086, I believe, if I would have had the newer generation air suspension controller. Now, getting into this install, it's pretty straightforward. You basically remove this panel. It's held in by 4 clips. You just need to pull on it and it comes right off. And then you have these 2 metal clips behind this weather stripping. So you pull on the weather stripping, and then you undo these clips from the pinch weld, and that will render available the air suspension control module, which is over here. Now, as you can see, I've already installed mine, but basically 3 plugs are there, 2 small ones and 1 large one. You'll want to remove the original plugs and basically plug the harness in between the original plugs, which are below, and the computer. All right, so now that you have it installed and you've put back the trim in place and all, and you've routed the cable wherever you wanted to send it, the next step is to select your vehicle. So these machines are built for basically every Japanese vehicle on the market, and so they're universal, and you need to set it to the proper vehicle so that it knows what to send to the suspension. And so the way you do that is by holding the first button here on top. You're going to hold this pressed while you flip the ignition to on. Now I only have 2 hands. One's holding the camera and the other one's holding this. So I'll be doing that real quick to show you what you get prompted with. All right, so I've flicked on the switch while flicked on the ignition key while holding the button, and you can see here I'm prompted with 6C. Now there are a lot of options of vehicles, 6F, 7C, yada yada. There are about 10 different options, and 6C is what works for my vehicle. So the Toyota Century being the same as the Lexus LS400 or the Toyota Celsior, it's the 6C option that needs to be selected. Now to get out of that menu, just press the button again. And then you'll be prompted to choose between standard or special mode. Now standard has a limited travel distance, but if you want to go super low, which is usually why we install these things, you're going to need to flick to special mode. Now once again, you just click on the button again, or sorry, you click on the second button here to confirm your selection, and there you are, set to special mode. Now for this to actually work, you're going to need to turn the car on for the next step. And so now that the car's running, we're going to need to select the proper height for a vehicle. To do so, you press on you press on 2, which gets all lights blinking, and then you can go either up or down from there. And it's quite confusing because the higher the number, the lower the car, but basically you can set it to 9, or even if you want to go super low, you just hold the down button and that sets it to super low, which is super low mode. And now once you confirm that, I'll be quickly jumping out of the car and showing the difference it makes on the suspension. Now I've confirmed super low. It'll take a bit of a second to lower down the car. Alright, so it turns out it takes more than a couple of seconds. It took about 10 minutes, but the suspension settled down. It started with the rear, which is now dumped, as you can see here, and then proceeded with dumping the front, which is, I believe, about as low as this goes. And that's pretty much it. I wouldn't recommend driving in super low mode. I think you would be ripping a fender or two when hitting a pothole, but other than that, hope this video helps.